Hey guys, it's Sukino here. Today I will have another AlphaBridge build for you. It's the best AlphaBridge assault rifle build for Division 1.6, and I think it will be viable in 1.6.1 as they are not changing the gear scores or any weapon talents. First of all, I would like to thank you again for the 100 subscribers in 8 days. With that being said, there are some topics today I will talk about in this build. Some people say that exotics don't work with AlphaBridge. They actually do work. I will tell you how they work. And as all of my videos, I will go with the build from the gear pieces, the gear mods, the weapons, the skills, the talents, and the tips and the tricks about the build. So without further ado, let's get started with the AlphaBridge assault rifle build. Starting with the gear pieces, I'm using 4 AlphaBridge and a barrett chest piece and a salvage glove. This setup can be flexible regarding the barrett chest piece. You can use a vigorous chest piece if you are playing with a dedicated healer. If you can't find a good barrett chest piece, you can go with a specialized backpack. You can go with a nimble holster. The barrett chest piece can be replaced, but the salvage gloves cannot be replaced. In case you didn't know, the AlphaBridge, the 2 set bonus gives you 100% health regen, the 3 set bonus gives you 5% weapon damage, and the 4 set bonus if your primary weapon and secondary weapon are of the same category, and by that it means if your primary and secondary are both SMGs, assault rifles, or shotguns, or sniper rifle, or LMGs, you gain the 3 talents of your first weapon and the 3 talent of the second weapon. And any weapons, you have to know this, any weapon talent that requires a certain amount of requirements, and you cannot meet these requirements, will be unlocked automatically. So, starting with the chest piece, I have a barrett chest piece with 1792 armor. The maximum armor on any chest piece is 2003. Health, EDR, and ammo capacity, I would prefer skill haste. If you want to run EDR, you should run EDR on the chest piece and the mask, and you will be safe from seeker mines. But I can easily dodge seeker mines. I either shoot them or evade them or use a disruptor if it's really bad. But you know, if you got hit by like 2-3 seeker mines at the same time, it will be devastating and you will not be able to dodge them. But for me, the best chest piece will be health, skill haste, and ammo capacity. The reason I cannot roll skill haste on this chest piece because this chest piece is from 1.5, not from 1.6. And legacy chest pieces, and by legacy I mean chest pieces prior to 1.6, you cannot roll the newly introduced attributes in 1.6 into them, like enemy ammo damage and skill haste. So to sum it up, the best chest piece will be health, skill haste, and ammo capacity. The backpack, it has 1260 armor. The maximum armor you can have on a backpack is 1334. Rolled on stamina, health, and ammo capacity. The health is 11,880. The maximum go to up to 13,600. About the backpack, I know it can be a little bit tricky to find a backpack with health and ammo capacity, so feel free to change the barrett chest piece to a normal AlphaBridge chest piece and replace it with specialized. It will not hurt the build at all. The mask, I'm using an AlphaBridge mask with 992 armor. The maximum is 1001. Rolled onto firearms with 3.5 crit hit chance. The maximum crit hit chance on a mask can go up to 4%, and burn resistance for the sake of PvP. You know, the shock turrets and the fire turrets are everywhere. The gloves, I have a glove with 973 armor. The maximum armor you can have on a glove is 1001. Rolled on firearms, savage gloves that increase crit hit chance by 7% to targets out of cover, and which is basically everyone, because in this game it's supposed to be a cover-based shooter, but sadly it isn't, and everybody is PvPing like mosquitoes. I have assault rifle damage, 16% crit hit damage can go up to 17, and 5% crit hit chance can go up to 6%. Why Savage is a must-have in this build? Because assault rifles, shotguns, LMGs, and sniper rifles do not roll with embedded critical hit chance. They come with enemy ammo damage, and the shotguns come with stagger, and the sniper rifle come with headshot damage, and the LMG comes to damage target of cover. Unlike SMGs, they come with embedded implemented crit hit chance. So why do you need Savage when you wanna run assault rifles? Because you're gonna lag a lot on crit hit chance. So you need as much crit hit chance as possible to reach the cap, which is around 60 or even near to 60. So you need Savage gloves, so they are mandatory. AlphaBridge knee pad, 16 in armor, the maximum can go up to 16, 68. Firearms, health 16,386, which is actually can be the max value. And the minor attribute I have increased kill XP, bleed resistance, disrupt resistance. I would prefer additional burn resistance and choke resistance for PvP. The holster, 979 armor, the maximum is 1001, all the stats above 1200, I wish the stamina was a little bit higher, and 7815 health, the maximum can go up to 8200. Health numbers are not mandatory on the holster, because if you compare the health, the maximum health on a holster is 8000, while on the knee pad it's 16,000, and on the chest piece it can go up to 16,000 as well, and on the backpack it can go up to 13,000. So the health numbers are not that great on holsters, so you can easily change it to reload speed or crit hit chance. It will not hurt the build at all. Weapons. Okay, this can be quite like, some people can say, why on earth are you using a bullfrog with AlphaBridge? It's an exotic and it will not work. Actually no, it does work. Here you go. You can find responsive, unforgiving and uncomplicated and competent from the Lova C. What actually happens is, if they use the Lova, unforgiving, brutal, competent, you will not get uncomplicated. But if you use the bullfrog, you're gonna have responsive, unforgiving, uncomplicated and competent. So as long as the exotic is your primary weapon and the exotic is the gun that you are using, you're gonna have balance. Which your other weapon, you will not get 4. If you use 2 exotics, it will not work. So if you have an exotic and a normal high-end weapon, you're gonna have the 3rd talent of the normal high-end weapon on your exotic, which is actually very powerful. With this bullfrog, and the way I will tell you how to mod it, and that much firearms, you can one clip an agent in very fast, very quickly, due to the very high RPM. 950 RPM is not something little, as you will see in the gameplay. So let's start with the weapons. First of all, my primary weapon and the main weapon of the build is Bullfrog, which was known as a FAMAS in 1.5. Now it's called the Bullfrog. It has 20% enemy ammo damage, the maximum 24%. It has 18k. If you can see the orange number right here, it's the more damage you do with uncomplicated, which is the main weapon talent for the Bullfrog. So 18k plus 2598, you do the math. Yeah, it has responsive, unforgiving, uncomplicated and competent. I want to speak something about uncomplicated. Uncomplicated, as long as you don't have stability or accuracy mods, your damage will not decrease. But if you had a small grip with great hit damage, stability, accuracy, it will decrease a little bit, but not that much. So don't really, do not put a weapon mod that has like 20% stability, 20% accuracy. No. That decreases the damage a lot. But if you have stability or accuracy like 2%, you are completely fine. So how do I mod my weapon? First of all, you have to know that the most unstable gun in the game is Bullfrog. It's very, very unstable, and that's why it has uncomplicated. The more stability and accuracy mods you apply, the less damage you do. So it's a very, very unstable gun. But if you mod it towards headshot damage, you're gonna be really disappointed. So mod it for body shots. And it is unstable, but if you're gonna shoot the body with it, it is really, really good. It's not that hard to use. You can use a rugged mini reflex with crit chance 7.5. The maximum is 8 headshot damage and crit hit damage. And the small grip with crit hit damage, accuracy, stability. The accuracy and stability are all around 4.5%. That will not decrease uncomplicated a lot. And loud vent break with crit hit damage, crit hit chance and headshot damage. And the magazine with max size, crit chance and the rate of fire. On my secondary, I'm using a Lova. I modded my Lova towards headshot damage. Yeah, but you don't use it at all. You don't use it at all. You don't use the Lova at all. I have it with unforgiving, brutal and competent. You will not need to use it. You will only use the Bullfrog. As for my secondary, I'm using a 90 CR with expert and cool-headed to make effect of the to take advantage of the 4-piece AlphaBridge. As you can see here, cool-headed needs 3,832 electronics, and I only have 2,777, but still locked because the 4-piece AlphaBridge unlock any weapon talents regardless of requirements. While I use cool-headed, I shoot a couple of NPCs on the head, I get my skills back very quickly with that high RPM of the 90 CR, which is 1100. The skills I'm using a booster shot for more damage output, and I'm using a concealed pulse to get the extra crit chance. As you can see, I have crit hit chance performance mods on my gear, so the crit hit chance is 15.5%. That's very good. So I'm using a booster shot for more damage output, a concealed pulse for the crit chance, and to negate other pulses for more invisible toughness. Talents, I'm using critical save. Medkit in the last segment, I get 20% damage reduction. Combat medic if I'm playing with a team to heal everybody when they need it. Strike back if I'm going solo. On the move to gain the additional 15% damage reduction when I shoot an enemy while moving. And precision actually, some people say you have the pulse, why are you using precision? If you landed a headshot, you're gonna have with your pulse the base value of your pulse. Let me explain. You can see the normal pulse here, it has base in the left column and total on the right column. You can see the base 5.7 crit chance and crit damage. If you landed a headshot without using the pulse, you're gonna have 5.7 crit chance and 5.7 crit damage. If then you use the pulse, you're gonna have 5.7 plus 16 crit chance and 5.7 plus 8.8 crit damage. Adds up. That's why precision is very valuable and you should use it. Okay, tips and tricks about this build. First of all, the fact that you now know that if you used your exotic as a primary weapon in this AlphaBridge, you're gonna have the fourth talent of the high-end, the third talent of the high-end weapon, and you're gonna have the 3 talents of the exotic weapon. It can open up a lot of spaces and a lot of dimensions. First of all, you can use a warlord if you want. You can even use Liberator and the Centurion and get advantage of the Free Republic talent. Yeah, you can use 2 lightweight M4, you can use a G36, you can use whatever you want, so it opens a lot of places. Second, the Bullfrog, with that much firearms and these talents having, if you have these talents, let's do the math here. First of all, a Bullfrog, responsive, that's 10%. Unforgiving, 10% if you lose 1 health segment, which is almost all the time, so that's 20%. Uncomplicated, 15%, so 10 and 10 and 15, that's 35%, and competent is another 10%, that's 45% weapon increase, and if you used only 1 skill, you're gonna have another 5% from the barret chest speeds, that's 50% damage increase. 50% damage increase. That's huge. So with this build to be effective, use it with your skills to get advantage of another 15 additional damage, 1 from barret, 5 from barret, and 10 from competent. So only shoot your skill, use your skills and shoot. Do not shoot then use your skill. That's number 1. You will be able to one clip anyone. Body shots, not even headshots. Body shots is dead. You will see in the gameplay. That's all about the build. There's nothing else to say about the build. It's a very straightforward build, famous build. That thing used to be the meta in 1.5 when you had 6 talents and you Bullfrog was not an exotic, and you can have uncomplicated on the Lavoa C. It's not as powerful, of course, and nothing is as powerful as it was in 1.5, but it still does the job. You will see in Last Stand where everybody armor and health is maxed out, I one clipped them easily. Hip firing with this build is beautiful. Anyway guys, that was the build for you. If you like the build, like, share and subscribe. Any suggestions, feedbacks, build requests, the comment section is down below. And as I always say, see ya in DZ. Bye bye.